After the return of Laurent Gbagbo and several Ivorian opposition figures to the country, national reconciliation seems to be well underway. Except for Guillaume Soro, who was exiled in Europe and sentenced to life imprisonment last month for attempting to undermine state security. But for political analyst Sylvain Nguessan, national reconciliation can only be achieved by including all the protagonists, including the Ivorian people. This matter of reconciliation in Ivory Coast should not be limited to the main actors of the Ivorian political scene, whether it is Laurent Gbagbo, Henry Konan Bidi, Alassane Ouattara, Guillaume Soro, and so on. They are these actors, but it is also necessary to involve the main victims of the Ivorian crisis. We know that the center in the west of Ivory Coast were the epicenter of the crisis that we experienced from 2002 to 2011. We should integrate Guillaume Soro as well as the main victims of the crisis. So Guillaume Soro should be involved in the name of the responsibilities that he has assumed. He himself has claimed the leadership of the rebellion, so it is normal that he be involved in this reconciliation process. It's a yes for reconciliation in Ivory Coast, the political analyst said. But this will have to be translated into concrete acts of reparation and not be limited to a slogan, Nguessan added. When we talk about reconciliation, we need to go as far back as possible, as South Africa did, as Rwanda tried to do, so as to involve as many victims as possible, to hear them, and as far as possible, for the state of Ivory Coast to be able to provide assistance, i.e. reparations to these main victims. At this level, we could talk about reconciliation. Otherwise, it is just a matter of having BDA, Gbagbo, Ouattara, and Prime Minister Guillaume Soro sit down together so they can talk to each other. This political compromise is what Ivory Coast needs, but it is not reconciliation. It is not because Messrs. Ouattara, Soro, Gbagbo, BDA are going to talk to each other that the window of who has lost practically everything during this crisis is going to forget everything she's lived through. In my opinion, the discourse of our politicians, their meeting, their political cohabitation is a good thing, but it is not the fundamental element. The fundamental element is that it is necessary to reach the main victims that are the population of the localities. Increasingly isolated on the Ivorian political scene, Guillaume Soro denounces a capture of the state by the current government. For Sylvain Nguessan, the latter should change its strategy. Perhaps we should ask Guillaume Soro to ask Alassane Ouattara for a pardon, as has been done in several countries. The immediate question would be what would be the implications of such a request for forgiveness. One can only imagine if Soro is ready to assume the implications. That's another matter. Otherwise, I think that for the moment it is the President of the Republic who holds all the cards and who should perhaps, as the first citizen of Ivory Coast and as President of the Republic, try to give a second chance to all Ivorian political class, so that we can all learn from our past and try to build a common future. For me, it is really the President of the Republic who has the cards in hand at the moment.